It sounds like a significant portion of time can be lost on these low value activities, potentially impacting the entire year. What should capture teams be doing instead with those hours to improve their chances of success?
They should be thinking through their process. They should be thinking through their methodology. They should be thinking through their intermediate results. Um, in a way, a company, a CEO, a founder can only manage uh, results and measure the achievement of those results. So these need to be clearly defined. Something, for the most part, it is what I have seen. It is that it's not defined. CEOs and founders sometimes they only know they want to win, and they say things like money is green, revenue is revenue, like if defining what you're trying to accomplish in a detailed manner doesn't matter, but it does matter. Companies should manage results, intermediate results when the results are long term. Nobody can say that they want to go to the moon and only see if looking at the moon, if we arrive at the moon or not. That's not going to help us to get to the moon. It's possible to get to the moon. You just have to manage intermediate results, like building a rocket would be one of them. So it's just sound management principles will tell you that CEOs and founders should manage intermediate results in BD and Capture in Federal.
Managing intermediate results is key for achieving those long term goals. You mentioned earlier about focusing on the program office. What are some areas teams might be overlooking in the federal sales cycle?
Yeah, looking at the program office is fine. It is the holy grail. It is the most important, what we call relationship zone. But in order to get that meeting and get that meeting to be effective, you should focus in the different ways there are to get to the program office. And those are some areas that vendors and BD teams sometimes overlook. For example, incumbent employees. That we call it the low-hanging fruit in the relationship zones because it's very easy to identify, very easy to get a meeting with, relatively easy to get them engaged since incumbent employees are very loyal to the missions, not so much to their employers. Incumbent employees is an area that is overlooked. A lot of P-win can come from engaging with incumbent employees. Another area that is overlooked is former feds and current feds. Nowadays, there are a lot of current feds that are willing to move to the private sector for the same reason that there are a lot of former feds, looking for a job or doing consulting. I think it's very helpful, and these are areas that are overlooked. It is very helpful to contact and develop relationships with incumbent employees, with former feds former feds from the offices of the opportunity you're pursuing, right? Incumbent employees from the current providers of the opportunity that you're pursuing. Key personnel. A lot of companies do this right. Recruiting in advance key personnel is very helpful. Not only because it is a risk not to recruit them, then the RFP is posted and you cannot find the right people to make a compliant submission, but also because if you do it right, key personnel can absolutely increase P-win. Key personnel should be people that are a known entity to the stakeholders. So to summarize, the areas that sometimes BD teams overlook are incumbent employees, particularly because you have a lot of volume there. You can talk with a lot of people and engage with a lot of people, and you're going to increase a lot P-win. You're going to increase P-win a lot. Former feds, there are a lot out there. They're willing to add value, and again, it's a volume thing. There's a lot of them out there, so it's a good idea to call them. And they don't have to be only high-level people. They can be, medium or even low-level, whatever you want to call it. And then key personnel. The three of them are areas that are overlooked.
Can you share a specific example where this approach made a difference in winning a contract?
Of course, we have talked with incumbent employees that have been that were deputy program managers and helped come up with a solution that was the exact solution. Now, of course, it will be and that determined the win. But of course, it would be wrong to ask an incumbent employee to talk about proprietary methodologies. That is very important to take into account. You cannot ask anything to an incumbent employee, and they shouldn't respond if somebody asks a question that shouldn't be asked. So that's an example. Incumbent employees have helped to get incumbent employees have helped to get meetings with program office. Key personnel are what make evaluators feel at home with people that they recognize. And current feds can help a lot as well with their knowledge.